Good day everyone and welcome to this tutorial. This time we are going to insert record in the different tables, particularly on TBL College, course, TBL Major, and TBL students. Okay, so these tables were created during our previous video. So this time I will teach you how to insert, modify, and delete record. Okay, so remember that the table students is a normalized table because we separated college, course, and major, okay, from the previously unnormalized table. So we created table students, okay. So I will just describe it first, okay. So we have college ID, course ID, and major ID as the foreign keys, okay. So this time we will insert record in TBL College first. So let's describe TBL College. Okay, so that we know what are the field names inside this table. Okay, so we have college ID, college code, and college. Remember, college ID is an auto increment, so it means we don't need to insert any record in college ID column. So we only need to insert record in college code and college columns. Okay, now let's try to insert record in TBL college using the insert command. Insert. Okay, since we are going to insert record in college ID, so we need to skip, okay, inserting record in college ID because it's an auto increment column. So we need to specify what are the columns you need to uh, specify. Okay, you need to specify the column, okay, where you want to insert your record. Okay, so this time we will use college code and college only. Okay, we will exclude college ID. So college code, then college. Okay, and then what are the values you want to insert? Okay, so first we have your let's say CICS. So this time, if you insert a string value, you need to enclose it with a pair of single quotation. If it's a number or an integer value, you don't need to use single quotation. Okay? There's no need to use single quotation if it's for numerical values. But for string values like date, car, var, okay, you need to use single quotation. Okay? So also with the college of, let's say I will just use ICS because later on you will use this one to we will modify this one. Okay, you will use this record, okay, to show how to modify a particular value, okay, in MySQL. So ICS, and then we also have another one. We have let's say CT. This should be CIT. Okay, but meantime, I will just use CT because we will modify it afterwards. Okay, and then of course we have the College of Intech. Okay, we also modify this one afterwards. Okay, so let's try it. So let's try to select the record from TBL College. Select asterisk from TBL College. Okay, so I use asterisk, okay, because I want to display all the columns. So asterisk means you are retrieving all the columns from a particular table. Okay, so if you want to specify a particular or to exclude some of the columns, you need to specify, okay, the columns you want to retrieve. Example, if I just want to retrieve college code and college, so you will just specify in your select statement. So select, let's try it. Select college code, college from TBL college. Okay. So you just need to specify the columns you want to retrieve. If you don't want to retrieve all the columns, okay. But for this activity, for this tutorial, we will just use asterisk because we want to display all the columns in a table. Okay, so we have already records in TBL College. Okay, so let's try to insert one more. This time, I will teach you also the use of the specified fields because you can interchange. Okay, this one insert into TBL College, and then what are the fields here. So you can interchange these fields here if you want to use college first. Okay, college before college code. Okay, like that. It says okay. Okay, as long as these fields exist in your table, and in inserting your record, you must, okay, follow the arrangement specified in your insert statement. So values, so let's try it also. So since college was mentioned first in your statement, you should also insert record in college first. So college of teacher education. Okay, so college was mentioned first in your statement here. So you also need to put value first in the college column. Okay, then the college code seated. Okay, so as you observe in our previous statement, we inserted multiple records, CIT and CICS. Okay, so you just need to use comma before the other value. Okay, before the next value or next record rather. If you will only insert one record, then just end it with a semicolon. Okay, so let's try to select again. Okay, so we have now three records. Okay, so now we will also try to modify a record. So since the college code of CICS is already correct, we will only change the college into a complete uh, college description. So College of Information and Computing Sciences. So how to modify this one? Just use the update command. Okay, update, then the name of the table, TBL College, and then set. What will you set? You will set the college. Okay, you will set the college. Update TBL College, set college. Okay, this refers to the college column. Okay, update TBL College, set college equals. So you need to enclose with a pair of single quotation, College of Information and Computing Sciences. Okay, now it's not the end of our statement yet. Okay, because if you will end this one with semicolon, means you are going to execute this statement. It means all the colleges, all the records in your TBL college will become College of Information and Computing Sciences. Okay, so that should be that be the case. We will only modify a particular record. Okay, since we have a primary key college ID, we will use college ID to filter a record. So we will only use the college ID 1. Okay, so we will use a condition here using the where clause. Okay, I hope you can still remember the where clause in your which we were discussed in your DBMS 1. Okay, so let's try to use where. So we need to specify. So this is now the condition where college ID equals 1. So as what I've said a while ago, you don't need to enclose it with a pair of single quotation because 1 is an integer. Okay? So In Tagalog, okay, updatable college, okay, iset ko yung college into College of Information and Computing Sciences kung saan ang college ID ay 1. Okay? Kung saan ang college ID ay 1. Okay, so you really need to specify the particular record you want to modify. Okay, so in updating and deleting of records, you really need to use where clause. Otherwise, all the records will be modified or all the records will be deleted. Okay, so it's very important to use where clause if you want to update or delete a record. Okay, so let's try to execute this one. Okay, so let's try to select the records from TBL College. Okay, it's done. Now, what if you want to change both college code and college, like CT for College of Industrial Technology, and we make it the college in its whole description. So let's try it. Update, update, TBL College, set. So what will you set? Course code, or sorry, college code, and then it should be CIT. So just use comma, okay, if you want to update multiple columns in a single statement. Okay, so we will update both college code and college. So we need to put comma here. Okay, set college code CIT, then comma, college equals College of Industrial Technology. Okay. So don't forget to use the where clause. Where, okay, college ID, always use primary key, okay, to identify a single row because you know primary key is a unique column, okay. So there's no duplicate. So you are sure that you are getting the correct or uh, yes, the right record. Okay. So where college ID equals 2. Okay, so let's try to select again. Okay. So we have already modified two records in our table. Now how to delete the record? Okay. So you need to use the delete statement. Okay. The delete command. Delete from TBL college where college ID equals 1. I will delete 1. Okay. Delete from TBL college where college ID equals 1. Okay, let's try to show our tables. Okay, no more CICS. Now, I will try to insert CICS again. Okay. So insert into TBL college. Okay, so insert into table college code, college values. Okay, we need to edit this one. Values, CICS, College of Information and Computing Sciences. Okay, so let's execute this statement. Okay, so let's try to select. Okay, as you observe there, okay, CICS is already in in the last column or last row rather. So as what I have mentioned before in our previous video, that once you have deleted a record, okay, having an auto number primary key, you can no longer return it, okay, in the previous status, okay. Since we have deleted one college ID one, which was CICS also, you can no longer put it back, okay, because auto increment will automatically uh, add a record or increment, okay, it will automatically increase the last record, okay, with the new record. So you can no longer return college ID one. Okay, so that's the purpose of your auto increment. Anyway, if you use this one, there is no really duplicate record. Okay, there's no duplicate record because your database will ensure that the new record is different. Okay, with the previous record. Okay, so there you have three records again in TWL College. So we will also insert um, courses in TBL course. So insert into TBL course. So the same, we will use course code. Okay, we will just describe first. Okay, so we'll only insert record value in course code and course. Okay, so insert into TBL course and then course code. We have BSIT. Okay, we have also BSIND. Okay, we also have BSED. Okay, and we also have BEd. Okay, so let's try to uh, select the records from TBL course. Okay, now let's try to insert also record in TBL major. Let's describe first. Okay, so this time we will only use major. Okay, we will only insert record in major column. So insert into TBL major, and then you need to specify major. Okay, so we have, sorry, we have none for IT. We also have English for BS Ed. So don't forget to enclose your string with a pair of single quotation. We also have foods, technology. Sorry. We also have electronics. We also have mechanical. Let's add all. We also have automotive. Okay, so let's try to select all. Select a series from TBL major. Okay, so there. Now let's try to insert record. Okay, let's try to insert record in TBL students. Okay, so select asterisk. Sorry, insert into. This time we will only insert one record. Okay, let's describe first. Desk TBL students. Okay. Okay, so we have student number, last name, first name, middle name, college ID, course ID, and major ID. Okay, so let's try. Insert TBL students. Since we are going to insert record in all the fields, okay, we don't need to specify the fields anymore. Okay, so just go directly to values. Okay, so you don't need to specify the fields anymore because there is no auto increment in this table. Okay, so insert into table students values. So let's say 1 2, that's 1 2 3 4 5. We also have, okay, and then for first name, for middle name. So college ID, since the college ID, okay, the college ID here is CICS. I think CICS is 4. You can still remember it. Okay, so CICS is 4. Okay, CICS. So we will use college ID. CICS is 4. For the course, we have 1 BSIT, and the major is 1 also for none. Okay, so let's try it. Okay, so major college ID is 4. For course ID is 1, and the college major ID is 1 also. So let's try it. Okay, so let's try. Let's select asterisk from TBL students. Okay, now this time, how would you know that that particular student is from the from CICS? Because in here it will only display um, the college ID, course ID, and major ID. Okay, I can teach you here, but of course, we will have our separate discussion in the next videos. But for this time, I just want to show you if you want to display the record. Okay, since we have a relationship between tables from TBL College, TBL Course, TBL Major, and we connected them to TBL students. Now, how would you retrieve the record from TBL course also, from TBL Course, TBL College, and TBL Major? So, instead of displaying college ID here, what about displaying the college code, course code, and the major? So you want to display here is Student number, last name, first name as the third column, middle name, college code, course code, and then the major as the last column. So let's try it. So select. No, we will not use asterisk anymore because this time we will specify the different columns. Okay. So student number. We also have last name. We also have first name, middle name. We also have we also have this time I will make it wrong. Okay, I will make my statement wrong so that I will demonstrate it to you how to make it correct. Okay, so maybe you're thinking that you can just simply put all the columns here. Okay, but this time, okay, but afterwards I will teach you the proper way. So middle name, so you're thinking that you will use college code here, college code, also with the course code and the major. Let's try it. Okay, let's try it. Okay, now from, so for table, from TBL students, TBL college, TBL course, TBL major. So let's try it to be like this. Okay. Hmm. As you observe there are 72 rows. Okay. However, we need to, since there is, it will just multiply the number of records. Is number of records is to major times course times college times number of student. Kaya siya naging 72. Okay? So how shall we do that? Okay, so we need to specify here, okay, where where TBL. So we need to connect TBL students to TBL college. Where TBL student that what particular key, what particular field. So college ID. The college ID from TBL students, okay, and the college ID from TBL college. Okay, college ID that college TBL college dot college ID. Okay, where TBL students dot college ID equals TBL college dot college ID. It means the TBL students, the college ID from TBL students and the college ID from TBL college should match. Okay, they should match. Okay, I inserted in my record a while ago 4, okay, in TBL students because my college is CICS, which is 4 in TBL college. So TBL students that college ID equals TBL college that college ID. Okay, this one TBL students, okay, it's where the college ID foreign key resides. Okay, college ID also, TBL college, is where college ID primary key resides. You can interchange this one if you want, where TBL college that college ID equals TBL students that college ID. It's okay. Okay, vice versa. You can, if you want to interchange, it's okay. Okay. So now, what else? How about the major and the course? So TBL students that course ID equals TBL course dot course ID. And of course, major. Okay, TBL students dot major ID equals TBL major dot major ID. So let's try it. Oh, let's check it. Okay, that's really wrong in the statement. Instead of using comma, we should use and. If you can remember our operators, our logical operators, or an and even not, okay? In MySQL, you can simply just use and, or, okay? The and operator and the or operator. So this time, since they should all match, okay, we should use the and operator, okay? And of course, this one also and, okay? So let's try it again. There. Okay? So select student number, last name, first name, middle name, college code, course code, major, from TBL students, TBL college, TBL course, TBL major. Where TBL students that college ID equals TBL college that college ID, and okay, the TBL students that course ID will also be matched with the TBL course that course ID, and TBL students, that major ID will also be matched with the TBL major, that major ID. So now we have only one record because originally we only have one record in TBL students. Okay. So don't worry about this one because we have a separate session about this. Okay. Just focus on how to insert, update, and delete record. Okay. So I hope that you have learned something from this video tutorial, and please be ready for your next activity. So thank you very much and have a good day.